Joining us now, Republican strategist Luke Fall, who's terrific, and Democratic strategist Megan Hayes, who I love to give the business to. I love to just spar with Megan. Actually, I love having you on the show, my friend. Let me share this. Got a couple full screens I want to share for the folks at home. We talk about this leftward shift. And Megan, you and I have talked about this. I'll begin with you. But it can be problematic when you have things like this. You have since deleted posts from Chevalier, who, of course, has been endorsed by Mom Donnie. One Democratic candidate's consultant says, as the digital generation comes of age, the typical baggage is being replaced by a lifetime of tweets and TikToks that are proving to be their own problem, as we're seeing in this race. All right. We're of a certain age. We probably don't have to worry about that sort of stuff as much as younger, fresher candidates, but it's still a real thing, isn't it, Megan?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this candidate is not fit to be in Congress, and SBI is a great member of Congress, and he is the chairman of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus. So I would ask viewers why they feel that he needs to be replaced, and I'd bet that most of them don't think that he does need to lose his primary coming up this week. But in terms of moving so far left, look, Democrats have won over 90% of races since the 2024 election, and you're hearing about such a small fraction of them. It's a lot of anti-incumbency, but that doesn't mean that the party is moving left. Bernie Sanders actually has a terrible record of endorsing people. I think it's over 60 or 70% of the candidates he endorses actually do lose. So it's nice for headlines, and it grabs headlines in the primaries, but it's actually not people who actually win those primaries nor win in the general.
I think that's a fair point, Luke. The president, for example, pretty solid record, an overwhelmingly successful record when it comes to primary endorsements. Whereas Bernie Sanders, he endorses you, less than 50-50. Some have argued in some of the bigger races. And yet, I think it's clear that the Democrat Party is lurching leftward. What say you?
Well, the Democrat Party is rudderless. The Israelites wandered in the wilderness for 40 years. The Democrats are on track to beat that record. And unfortunately, the facts don't bear out what Megan is saying. 75% of Democrats last year said they had a favorable view of Democrat socialism. 66% of them said they had a favorable view of socialism. So socialism in and of itself is just remasked as democratic socialism. And both of them are just lazy public policy. They offer euphoric sugar highs during campaigns, and then when it comes to actually putting it into practice with public policy, it offers no sort of mediation, no sort of cure for the burnout afterwards. This is not just a fluke. There are people like Bernie Sanders and Plattner and AOC and Mom Donnie who have all taken the mantle, kind of like an oligarch of the Democrat Party in the absence of any moderate leadership, and pulled the party far to the progressive left. You can't name a powerful member who is a moderate in the Democrat Party who is actually thriving right now and popular with the base. And that's because the Democrat socialists have won out, and there is a slow fade for that party into the socialist camp.
Okay, I've got about 25 seconds left, but I got to get you both in quickly on this. Does this play into the Democrats' hands in the midterms, or do they back away from the sort of the leftward lurch? Megan, you first.
I think in some places, more progressive candidates will win, just like in New York with Mamdani, and I think that in other places, more moderates will win. Look, the president has a 28% approval rating. People just want action, and people want something different, and I think that's why you see a lot of these Democrats winning.
Luke, more the same or no?
They've had nearly 2 years to come up with an alternative. They keep sliding to the socialist left, and it seems like they're about 2 elections away from strapping Karl Marx to a defibrillator, waking him up, and running him at the top of the ballot.
Megan, always great to see you. Luke, hilarious. Great. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.